Section 1 of Birds, Volume 3, Number 4, April 1898. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Aviaries in October 2020. Aviaries. An admirer of birds recently said to us, "Much is said of the brilliant specimens which you have presented in your magazine, but I confess that they have not been the most attractive to me. Many birds of no special beauty of plumage seem to me far more interesting than those which have little more than bright colors and a pretty song to recommend them to the observer." He did not particularize, but a little reflection will readily account for the justness of his opinion. Many plain birds have characteristics which indicate considerable intelligence, and may be watched and studied with continued and increasing interest. To get sufficiently near to them in their native haunts for this purpose is seldom practicable, hence the limited knowledge of individual naturalists who are often mere generalizers, and the necessity of the accumulated knowledge of many patient students. In an aviary of sufficient size, in which there is little or no interference with the natural habits of the birds, a vast number of interesting facts may be obtained, and the birds themselves suffer no harm, but are rather protected from it. Such an aviary is that of Mr. J. W. Sefton of San Diego, California. In a recent letter, Mrs. Sefton pleasantly writes of it for the benefit of readers of birds. She says, "My aviary is out in the grounds of our home. It is built almost entirely of wire, protected only on the north and west by an open shed, under which the birds sleep, build their nests, and gather during the rains which we occasionally have throughout the winter months. The building is 40 feet long, 20 feet wide, and at the center of the arch is 17 feet high. Running water trickles over rocks, affording the birds the opportunity of bathing as they desire. There are 47 varieties of birds and about 400 specimens. The varieties include a great many whose pictures have appeared in Birds: quail, partridge, doves, skylarks, starlings, bobolinks, robins, blackbirds, buntings, grosbeaks, blue mountain lory, cockatiel, rosellas, grass parrakeet, Java sparrows, canaries, nonpareils, nightingales, cardinals of North and South America, and a large number of rare foreign finches. Indeed, nearly every country of the world has a representative in the aviary. We have hollow trees in which the birds of the parrot family set up housekeeping. They lay their eggs on the bottom of the hole, make no pretension of building a nest, and sit 3 weeks. The young birds are nearly as large as the parents, and are fully feathered and colored when they crawl out of the home nest. We have been very successful, raising 2 broods of cockatiel and 1 of rosellas last season. They lay from 4 to 6 round white eggs. We have a number of bob white and California quail. Last season 1 pair of bob whites decided to go to housekeeping in some bush in a corner, and the hen laid 23 eggs, while another pair made their nest in the opposite corner, and the hen laid 9 eggs. After sitting 2 weeks, the hen with the 9 eggs abandoned her nest, when the male took her place upon the eggs, only leaving them for food and water, and finally brought out 6 babies, 2 days after the other hen hatched 23 little ones. For 6 days the 6 followed the lone cock around the aviary, when 3 of them left him and went over to the others. A few days later another little fellow abandoned him and took up with a California quail hen. The next day the poor fellow was alone, every chick having deserted him. The last one remained with his adopted mother over 2 weeks, but at last he too went with the crowd. These birds seemed just as happy as though they were unconfined to the limits of an aviary. We have had this aviary over 2 years and have raised a large number of birds. All are healthy and happy, although they are out in the open both day and night all the year round. Many persons, observant of the happiness and security of our family of birds, have brought us their pets for safekeeping, being unwilling, after seeing the freedom which our birds enjoy, to keep them longer confined in small cages. Around the fountain are calla lilies, flags, and other growing plants. Small trees are scattered about, and the merry whistles and sweet songs testify to the perfect contentment of this happy family. Yes, these birds are happy in such confinement. They are actually deprived of nothing but the opportunity to migrate. They have abundance of food, are protected from predatory animals, hawks, conscienceless hunters, small boys, and nature herself, who destroys more of them than all other instrumentalities combined. Under the snow lie the bodies of hundreds of frozen birds whenever the winter has seemed unkind. A walk in the park, just after the thaw in early March, revealed to us the remorselessness of winter. They have no defense against the icy blast of a severe season. And yet, how many escape its ruthlessness? On the first day of March we saw a white-breasted sparrow standing on the crust of snow by the roadside. When we came up close to it, it flew a few yards and alighted. As we again approached, thinking to catch it, and extending our hand for the purpose, it flew farther away, on apparently feeble wing. It was in need of food. The whole earth seemed covered with snow, and where food might be found was the problem the poor sparrow was no doubt considering. Yes, the birds are happy when nature is bountiful, and they are none the less happy when man provides for them with humane tenderness. For 2 years we devoted a large room, which we never thought of calling an aviary, to the exclusive use of a beautiful pair of Hart's Mountain canaries. In that short time they increased to the number of more than 3 dozen. All were healthy, many of them sang with ecstasy, especially when the sun shone brightly. In the warmth of the sun they would lie with wings raised and seem to fairly revel in it. They would bathe once every day, sometimes twice, and, like the English sparrows and the barnyard fowl, they would wallow in dry sand provided for them. They would recognize a call note and become attentive to its meaning, take a seed from the hand or the lips, derive infinite pleasure from any vegetable food of which they had long been deprived. If a sparrow-hawk, which they seemed to see instantly, appeared at a great height, they hastily took refuge in the darkest corner of the room, venturing to the windows only after all danger seemed past. At the first glimmering of dawn they twittered, preened, and sang a prodigious welcome to the morn, and as the evening shades began to appear, they became as silent as midnight, and put their little heads away under their delicate yellow wings. Charles C. Marble. End of section 1.